Okay, now I'm going to do an alchemy experiment, so put my character here to show that that's what I'm choosing for this turn. I'm going to go ahead and do this experiment. So I place it here. The reward for completing this alchemy experiment are two measures of prima materia. They can be used as wilds for any type of resource of the three types of rare earth ingredients, or they can be sent to the Well of Chaos on another turn to prevent the Chaos track from advancing any further. They are one-time uses of stalling the track, so if the track was supposed to advance for any reason, it would destroy that crystal instead. Or I can turn in one of these to use the Philosopher's Stone. And normally for my alchemy experiments I have these 5 dice. There it is. If I want to use this 6th die, which has no flames and only 2 chrysopias as well as the other 4 symbols, I can do that. However, I don't have that. So some of these dice, they all have one of the 4 symbols of these types here. 2 of them have chrysopias and flames, one on each side, and the other 3 all have 2 flames and no chrysopia, and the chrysopia can be used as a wild. So what I'm going to do before I roll is take from my ingredients over here, I'm going to take 1 alkali, 1, 2, 3 oxides, and 2 salts. Now I have a lot of ingredients that I've kind of stashed up there, but probably not going to be running through all of them. So that's what I need. Now what I need to do is organize my laboratory apparatus equipment. So I only have 1 quintessence out there that I need, so I'm going to use that to try to trigger either of these 2 apparatus devices. I'm going to use this one here, and use this one here, and this one here. So now when I roll a reduction, if I have a reduction die, I can turn it into an aqua vitae. If I roll this symbol, I can turn it into that. If I roll this symbol, I can turn it into that. And if I roll this symbol, I can either turn it into that or take a special action, which gives me 2 rare earths on a failed roll. Failed roll means I can't complete any of these 3 rows. Alright, here's my roll so far. And what it looks like is my battery is running low. Okay. I have 1 flame. That means if I can't complete a row, I'm going to lose 1 ingredient to the flames. So let's see what I can do here. I have that symbol and this symbol, but I don't have the aqua vitae. Now over here I could use a reduction to make an aqua vitae, but I don't have a reduction over here. I do have a reduction aqua vitae, and I do have a fulmination symbol. So as you can see, I just completed that top row. So I'm going to mark it and roll my dice again. I ignore the flame. Okay. Alright, I got a chrysopia. That means the gold is generated and goes into my chrysometer here. This one I've upgraded to where it can hold 2. Anything above that that's generated on my turn will be sent out to the wastelands. It's vented to the wastelands. Alright, now here I've got a reduction, an aqua vitae, and the chrysopia is wild, so that can be my last aqua vitae. So you can see I got that bottom row. So I mark that. Now, we roll again, and we ended up here with 3 flames, a chrysopia, which gives me the 2nd gold that I can hold in my chrysometer for this turn. And as you can see, the only 2 symbols that I have that are useful here is the fulmination, which does nothing for me on that 2nd row, or the chrysopia, which can be any symbol. So I'm going to see what I can do with this. pretty much nothing. I could use this symbol over here to turn it into a reduction, which would help me on this, because I could turn it into one of these reduction symbols. But that's still not going to give me the third symbol I need. So I have 3 flames, which means I have to lose 3 of these ingredients. So I'm going to choose to lose 1 of each and replenish them from my stash over here and continue on. Sorry. Now, you can try these experiments when you don't have a whole lot stashed up. Every time you have to lose ingredients to the flames, you roll the chaos die. We're on this 3rd row of the chaos track, which means if I have to roll higher than this 3 or else the track will advance. I rolled a 2, so it advances. If chaos track reaches the final point, which we've blocked the last 3, so it's a more challenging game. If it reaches 12, the game wins. But now I can re-roll again. I have to re-roll all of my dice. If I had a use of the time machine, I could do that. Or I could re-roll some of the dice and save that Chrysopia, but I don't have that. Again, I have 3 flames. And these aren't going to help me at all in my experiment. In fact, they could allow me to change them both into reductions, but that doesn't help. So I'm going to lose 3 more ingredients. I'm going to do 2 salts and 1 alkali, or 1 1 oxide and 2 salts. Alright, and we roll this again, see if the track advances. I rolled a 4, so it's safe, it doesn't go anywhere. Now, if somebody has a creeping chaos token, they can play it, advance that track, and give me one of these chaos tokens, which I would have to flip and see if it causes any problems for me. Which means it would contaminate 2 salts. If they sent that token, I would lose my salts that are in play. But fortunately, I have 2 salts that I can replace them with and continue on. And then I would try to resolve my roll at this point. So let's see. So what did I roll? Got 2 reductions, which I need, and I have 1 flame and I have 2 aqua vitae. Now my aqua vitae I can use to change one of them into quintessence, which is the last symbol that I need. And I complete this experiment. I discard the ingredients, but I collect these 2 measures of prima materia, which I can keep stashed over here, and I have another card to add to my collection. I have 3 of the 4 cards that I need to build a final experiment and take these cards to the well. What I would do for that final experiment is place, let's say we do it like this. If these were my 4 cards, I could place 2 under there and 2 under here. So these would be the ingredients and these would be the reactions for my final experiment. Once I have those 4 cards, I can try to complete that final experiment before anyone else does and win the game.